Hello everyone. All right, I'm going to show you how to make a Philly cheesesteak casserole. Now I'm using noodles. You can do it without noodles. You can use macaroni noodles or elbow noodles. You could use small shell noodles, or you can just leave them out. So we have the noodles here. We have the beef broth. What I'm going to be doing is boiling my noodles in the beef broth. We're going to take 1 cup of the liquid from the noodles and set it to the side because we're going to be adding it into our meat mixture later. I have a pack of provolone. I have some mushrooms that I'm going to wash off, take the stems off, and slice. Mozzarella cheese, you can either shred it or cut it up into small cubes. I'm doing this before work, so I don't have a whole lot of time, but I'm not sure if I'm going to shred it or just cut it up. We're going to need a whole 8-ounce package of Philadelphia cream cheese. Right here I have 5 pounds of ground sirloin. I'm going to take about 2 pounds out of this for my casserole, and then the remainder is for cat food. I have some peppers here. I'm going to be using all 3. I have some salt, but that is for the noodles. I'm not going to add salt into my meat mixture because I'm using beef base, which is pretty concentrated and has sodium, so I will taste it, and if I need, there's Sebastian in the background. If I need to add, he is so funny. You just ate, I'm not, he just ate like maybe 30 minutes ago, but he hears me talking. So anyway, I will taste it later before I add the noodles in, and if it needs, okay, Sebastian. If it needs salt, I will add salt. I have some black pepper, some onion powder, garlic powder, allspice, paprika, and then of course the better than beef bouillon. So I am going to get this started and I'll keep you posted as I go. And Sebastian says hi. And sorry, I forgot, we also need 1 whole onion. I was taking the stuff off the stove and realized I forgot to put my onion on here, so yes. You will need 1 whole onion as well. I'm using a sweet Vidalia onion, but if you don't like the sweet Vidalia, you can use a regular yellow onion. But yeah, so got the onion too. Okay, I got my peppers all washed off. I'm gonna slice them. I'm not gonna use any of the seeds inside, but if you wanted to, you can. I got my mushrooms washed off, took the stems off. I'm gonna slice these as well, and I'm gonna get my onion sliced along. Then I'm just gonna put it all into a bowl. That way it's ready when I need it. Okay, I have my ground sirloin cooking. Just wanted to let you know, if you wanted to use steakums, you could. If you wanted to use like a shaved beef, you could. I'm just using ground sirloin because it's easier, and I like ground sirloin and ground beef. I like to cook it a little bit first, so that's what I'm doing now. But I did add pepper, black pepper, some allspice, garlic powder, paprika, onion powder. I have my mushrooms sliced up, and in here I have my peppers and my onion. I used all 3 peppers and then 1 full onion. And I forgot to mention, you do want to leave this out so it kind of gets to room temperature, so that's what I'm doing. So I have that out. But yes, I already added these spices into my meat mixture, and now I'm going to add my mushrooms. I'm actually going to switch. I don't want to break up my mushrooms with this, so I'm going to switch spoons. I just want my mushrooms to cook a little bit, and then I will add my onions and peppers, but I want them to cook a little bit first, but I'll show you what it looks like. Over here, I'm making my homemade cat food. I probably should have waited because I need to do my noodles, but oh well. But I will be back. Okay, actually I just moved the cat food to the back there. We're a little limited on space, but I'm going to start to get my broth and water mixture boiling. I'm going to use 2 boxes of the beef broth, but I may have to add some filtered water as well, but I will show you when I finish. Okay, so that's what the 2 boxes of beef broth got me, so I'm just going to add some filtered water. And there we go. I'm going to get this to a boil, and then I'll add the noodles. I am going to put about, since it's beef broth, it's not like super high in sodium, but I am going to put maybe 5 twists of sea salt in here as well for the noodles. Okay, I've let my mushrooms cook with the meat for a little bit, so now I'm just going to add my veggies, and we're going to cook them for a little bit. We're going to cook them down a bit. Okay, I got my baking dish buttered with regular butter. I just chopped up my mozzarella, and I used about that much. So a little, maybe a little more than half. If I need to add more, I'll chop some more. And then I did cut up my cream cheese. Okay, this is close enough to a boil for me because I start work soon. So I'm just gonna add my noodles, whichever noodles you prefer. And I'm gonna just cook them. The box says 7 to 8 minutes for al dente. I'll probably cook them for 6 minutes and then give them a taste because it's gonna go in the oven for like 30 to 45 minutes too, so it's gonna continue to cook. And then we're going to take, when the noodles are done, we're gonna take 1 cup of the pasta water out, and we're gonna add it to our meat mixture, which it is done right now. I just have it on low until I get the broth in there. Once I get the pasta water in there, then I'll add the entire thing of cream cheese that I cut up. Once I get that creamed in, I will add the mozzarella cheese, and then we'll add the noodles. Okay, I did cook my noodles for 7 minutes, and I'm going to I'll put a little bit more to make that almost a cup. We're gonna pour that into here, a little bit more. I'm gonna keep just a little bit more in case I need it to thin it out. So I'm gonna set that right here. We're gonna drain our pasta in a strainer. And then I have 1 big scoop of the Better Than Bouillon beef base. We're gonna add that in there. I'm gonna get it all stirred in. And then I will add my cream cheese. And we're gonna add our cream cheese as well. We're gonna get it all creamed together, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I did get my cream cheese all creamed in here. I did add another 1/4 cup of my pasta water, and now we're gonna add the mozzarella cheese. And once we get that all mixed in, we're gonna add our noodles. We're gonna get it into our baking dish. We're gonna layer it with provolone cheese. And because I'm using a ceramic baking dish, I'm gonna bake it at 325 degrees for 30 to 45 minutes or until the cheese is nice and melted. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I did also forget to mention, I did taste it and it does not need any spices, so I have not added any additional spices since the very beginning. It's perfect. If you feel that, you need more pepper or paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, go ahead and add it before you add the noodles in. Because we're just gonna, oops, it looks like I have a noodle that got away when I got the juice out of the pasta water. I got the liquid out of the pasta water. So we're gonna get this cheese all melted, then we're gonna add in the pasta, and then we're gonna put it into the baking dish, and then we're gonna bake it. I'll show you what it looks like once I get it into the dish. That is so cheesy. I'm gonna leave this about that much of noodles, so I didn't use the whole entire box. I'll just put this in the fridge, and you could just put some tomato pasta sauce or tomato sauce. Well, you could just put some pasta sauce on it. I just don't want to overdo it, so yeah, I'm gonna leave that much and put the rest in the fridge, and then we're gonna put this into the baking dish, layer the provolone on, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I used all 12 slices of my provolone. Now into the oven it goes. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, my Philly cheesesteak casserole is done. I let it bake for 30 minutes. So now I'm just gonna leave it sit for like 15-20 minutes, and then once I cut a slice, I will show you what it looks like and we'll give it a taste. Look at that nice melted cheese. Yum. Trying to get the light right so you can see it's a rainy day here. Okay, the casserole is done. Sorry, I can't get good lighting because it is raining outside, and let's give it a taste. It's just gonna get messy when you cut it. Mm-mm-mm. That is so good. Delicious.